Up to date and credible. Power 102 Digital.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on. I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo-hoo!
That's what it is. It is hump day, Wednesday. Good morning, neighbors. On this, the 12th day of July. Thank you so much for joining us on the Power Breakfast Show on Power 102 Digital. Hope all is well. Hope you guys had a great evening. And thank you so much for joining us this morning. Let's get straight into the WTs, see what's happening on the highways and on the byways, and I'll give you a little weather update, see what's going on there. East-west corridor, main road and highway, no problems there whatsoever. None at all. Let's head down south, make our way up north. Nothing in San Fernando. Solo is clear. You're going to get a bit of volume from Charlieville before you get to Caroni. But that's just a little bit of volume, but nothing to tell you about. All right. It is 25 degrees in our Twin Island Republic. Yep, both islands, Crown Point and Piarco, 25 degrees. What's the weather going to be like for today? A sunny morning will give way to partly cloudy and breezy conditions by midday with a few showers occurring. There's a 30 to 40% low to medium chance of isolated heavy showers or thunderstorms during the afternoon. A moderate concentration of Sahara dust is also expected by midday. All right, so that's weather forecast for today. Maximum temperature forecast for both islands, 33 at Piarco, 32 at Crown Point. It'll feel like 36 and 34. All right, that's your weather and traffic. Let's see who sent us hellos first thing this morning. And first off the gate, I don't know what happened to Kenny, but Maria Marva is up front. Good morning to you. DJ Ray out in Delaware, Oliver Man Warren. It's hump day. Miss Ingrid in Tucson, Arizona. Carol Guevara, Ms. Maloney, good morning to you as well. And let's see, on YouTube, we got to say good morning to Marcia Rock, Edward Aliang, and Ray out in West Palm Beach, Florida. Good morning, guys. It's hump day. Be blessed and be safe. Thank you so much, Ray. All right. And of course, let's bring in Wendell Steven. Good morning to you, my friend. What's happening?
Morning, Steve. Morning, Paul. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Ruben. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. And good morning, listeners and viewers all over this wonderful, but sometimes so very messed up globe of ours. It's Wednesday morning. I'm happy to be here. We're happy to be in the land of the living. Lord knows how many people are many people are leaving the face of this earth. But let me just quickly say happy birthday to Comey Strong, Lisa Wickham, and Sheldon Narine. They are all celebrating birthdays today. Today's July, is it 11th or 12th? July 12th.
Yeah.
Woo, this year going fast, boy. Cha.
Yeah, boy. I find so. It's moving quickly. Quickly.
Yep.
Today is Nicole Pierre Baldeo's birthday, so happy birthday to you, Nicole. Yeah, happy birthday to you. And all those celebrating birthdays and anniversaries, and where this date would be a special one of remembrance for you guys. So what's going on? See, San Juan is getting hot.
Well, I read that story a little while ago. That happened, a block away from the Crazy, somewhere close by there, at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I think that was on Monday in a store.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw the video for that.
Wow.
So I don't know if you.
I think that was shared. I haven't looked at it.
Yeah. I mean, he was just sitting inside the store, right by the door, so maybe security. The guys reversed in and they just ran out and start to shoot. Yeah. And then up Second Avenue in San Juan, 2 were killed. That's 3. I see there are calls. Why is Commissioner of Police not saying a word?
I saw that on the news.
We had a poll regarding that on Monday. And yeah, she's not saying a word.
Yeah, she said.
In fact, the security forces have not anything to do. All those in charge of security, not saying a word.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that story too. That the commissioner of police has decided she won't be talking, and specifically to a particular newspaper. I think that's what I read.
Yeah, but
Send me that story.
you can't do
Paul,
that. What?
I think it's Paul sent me that story this morning sometime.
Oh, I didn't check my phone. But you can't say I'm not talking to a newspaper.
Right.
You
Commissioner of Police blanks media questions on climbing murder toll. They said approached by reporters for a brief interview on the murder toll passing 300. Here, what Christopher said she would not be given any interviews at this time. She added that she especially would not speak to a particular local newspaper, which she said does not publish anything positive about her. I wonder if she
Oh,
understands.
so it's personal. It's not regarding country. It's personal.
Well, clearly she well, if this comment is accurate, then it's about a particular newspaper which she said does not publish anything positive about her. And it's coming out from the Newsday. So I suspect it might also be the Newsday. I don't know. Maybe it is. You know, and this is in today's online, I guess, Newsday. I have the physical express though, so I can do that later. I don't see that story in there, so of course you can tell that I'm in St. James, can't you?
Yeah, see, I realize that. We should do our poll. Should we? No, let me not say it. It's going to be bad, but I really shouldn't do that poll.
Yeah, well, really, I mean, our poll could be about the monkeypox. We have had our first case of monkeypox in Trinidad and Tobago. So we could poll that if people are concerned or worried at all about the spread of monkeypox. So we will see how that goes when the time comes. So we could get into that story a little bit. It's on page 5 of today's Express, and it says, Ministry confirms first monkeypox case in Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, we will chat with the Minister of Health, Minister Dial, saying at after our 7 o'clock news. Not for long.
Right. So we could do the poll on it at just before we get into that. Are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox? Because it said it can be spread from person to person or occasionally from animals to people. And you know we like.
There we go again. We have to put this mask on again.
No, not me.
Wash our hands.
It's all right. It comes in because I sent out the alerts yesterday in the groups that I'm in, the political groups that I'm in, because it comes in the midst of an election campaign where people are going around, of course, meeting and greeting people. So I guess it has to be some sort of concern because the amount of hands I shake in the last few days, just going around with the candidate. So imagine that multiplying by 141 candidates all over the country. 141 districts, what am I saying? It'll be multiply that by about 3 or 4 in terms of candidates in all these different districts. So we talking 1,000 people and more shaking hands over the next few days. Greeting.
I'll give you a bongs. I won't shake your hand.
Greeting over hundreds of thousands of people. Just put that in perspective. You know? So we might have to go back to the bunks in the next few days.
Yeah, I've been doing that for as far as I can remember. I don't, even pre-pandemic, I never used to shake hands. I give you a bounce.
Yeah. So I just
face the facts, pal. Face the facts. There are people that go to the washroom that don't wash their hands, and then they'll come and I'll give you a bounce, right? How many people? Sit down there. How many people? Introduce yourself one time from Boom.
Tech Sounds
from Boom. He's a man that don't sleep. Right.
How
many people you know is go to the washroom and don't wash their hands.
A lot.
You see, and then you want to come and shake my hand after?
Yeah, but I know I wash mine, but I know there are a lot of people.
I wash mine. I don't even touch the doorknob. You know, if I have to wash my hands, people, and the sink is right there, I open it, I put my foot,
Right.
I wash my hands, and I take my elbow and I push it open.
Yeah, because they don't know who's.
I don't exactly.
Without washing. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know that in itself is a discipline and a practice, eh?
As a practice. But good going, Texans. Nice to see you. Long time.
Same here. Thanks.
All the best to you, bro. Take care.
Same to you, brother.
All righty. Yeah,
I
that's
can't tell you last
Texans.
time I touch a toilet seat. I can't tell you.
I don't even do that. I do the kung fu fighting thing. I use my foot. And take it up.
Yep.
Yeah. So, no, but I don't touch those handles at all. And if it's a distance from the sink, I kind of triple up on the napkins and the paper and I hold it and I throw it in the bin and I come out. That and that. You see, even Texans say a lot. So I'm not shaking your hand. I'm certainly not shaking Paul and Richard and Ruben hand.
I guess when we talk to the Minister of Health, he can confirm how exactly is this thing being transmitted? How exactly is the, because I know it has a sexual link to it, So but how exactly?
All of you all safe then.
How exactly can it be transmitted? Because if it could come from an animal to people, then that probably has nothing to do with sex. I hope.
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will chat with the minister. All right. If you all in that volume, a little bit of traffic by Charleville, there was an accident. It's all being cleaned up now. So if you find you have a little volume, Charleville on Uriah, that is the reason. There was an accident. It's being cleaned up now. Thank you so much.
Of course, that case with that infamous case with the killings in, I think it's Moruga, where 3 people were shot and 6 police officers, I think, are before the court for that killing. That started yesterday, and it started at, let me see, what court is that? It's at the Hall of Justice, right? It's at the Hall of Justice, where Gilbert Peterson is the prosecutor, and he started making his presentation yesterday, and it kind of reminds you of what happened in that particular matter back then, when you read the opening lines of Gilbert Peterson, senior counsel, concerning that matter. But is dead with shot dead with Alana Duncan, Abigail Johnson, and Karen Eccles. And before the court are Sergeant Kemrad Sahadio, along with PCs Ronald Rivero, Glenn Singh, Roger Nicholas, Safraz Juman, and Antonio Ramadin. Those are the officers before the court. Because if you remember, I think this one involved a female officer who turned state witness. So I can't remember her name though, but she has been in protective custody since that particular matter. And that happened.
When was that?
That happened in 2011, July 22nd, 2011.
God, what year are we in, man?
In 2023. That is 12 years ago. 12 years ago this happened. This same month. So, and it's now, the trial has now started. It was in Barrackpore it happened.
How long that's going to take?
Well, hopefully not very long.
Right?
Because as Gilbert Peterson said, he said it's not for the men to prove their innocence, but for the state to prove their guilt. Understand? It's not for the police officers to prove their innocence, but for the state to prove their guilt. You know, because apparently the target of the officers allegedly was a guy named Shumba James, and he was in another car, not in the car that they shot up. You know, he was previously in that car and jumped out and went into another car. All that is in the newspapers, people. So don't think I'm making it up. All right? But so that trial has started, and this issue of the procurement act, you know, I predicted it would have these problems. There's somebody who listening now who tell me, Wendell, that ain't gonna work, and I tend to agree with him. This procurement thing is going to cause a lot of problems if they don't tweak it and fix it and allow some sort of leeway to people who have to get stuff done. I understand the purpose behind the Procurement Act was to curb corruption and to kind of streamline operations within the state and many other organizations. But it's going to hamstring a lot of agencies, trust me. And it's going to affect the performances of a lot of these agencies, especially the state. So whilst you're there, maybe wanting to do good and wanting to prevent certain things from happening, it's probably going to stymie your progress and we already seen evidence of that. So we could also, I guess, at some point in time, we could get somebody to discuss that particular issue. If we can't get on the minister, but himself, he's very friendly with me these days. I'll message him.
You won't talk. I'll probably get Martin George on that.
Yeah. I will ask him, you know. I will ask him. He's
all right. Do you ask him?
Yeah.
I'm leaving it all up to you there, my friend.
Yeah. So I will ask him if he would be willing to do an interview on that, because it's clearly a problem for the state, you know. And what else is in the news? WASA, of course, got their issues sorted out. Actually, why I'm down the road early?
No, I don't think Belmont has water yet, you know.
No, well, they've been getting truck-borne supply, and I'm in a chat with the representatives from Belmont and so on, and it's been improving. Because I'm down the road early because my tanks were empty in St. James, something I have not.
In James or Rima?
In St. James. I have 4 tanks also too in St. James, and they were all empty yesterday. So I came down and, well, I made my request a little too late, but the Port of Spain Corporation agreed to come and fill them this morning. But I told them, listen, the water actually came back good yesterday. And I said, it's possible I won't need it because it started to fill back yesterday. So I have to go and check this morning after I finish here so that if I don't need it, they could redirect it to someone else who needs it. You know, but I reached out to them yesterday. I say, I've never done it before in all the years, and they have never had to ask for water.
Yeah, I got a truck born on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've never had to ask for water because it would always come back in time to refill the tanks. You know?
But we got water. Water came back. I got a truck on Friday, and water came back Sunday evening. Yeah. So the tanks, I checked it this morning, the tanks are full.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we have water because the tanks are filled. So I'm hoping we are, but oh boy, I don't know, you know.
Yeah, but I will check on mine and just get back to so good morning, Mitra Suklal, who is the chief public health officer. He reached out to me yesterday. He said we'll come and do it this morning for you. So it may not be necessary based on what I heard from my son last night. He said 2 of them were halfway up already. So
okay, I should have told you to pass up Abercrombie Street on your way to St. James this morning.
They still have that pothole there.
That pothole is still there. Okay. Additionally, in the middle of Park and Abercrombie, there was a sinkhole. They came and put dirt on it, and now the entire, in the middle of that intersection, is just ruptured.
In the middle of Park and that's a very busy area there.
It's exactly in the middle of that intersection. Let's call it the box. And you know, the Red House is down the road. I'm sure when they leave the Red House, they drive up Abercrombie, and nobody sees this thing to get it rectified. Doesn't the mayor pass and say, "Oh, geez, look at this. Let me make a call." I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know who's responsible, but Wendell, I know you have your challenges in that city corporation, but geez, and ages, boy.
Well, as I say, I'm no longer in the city corporation. Since
Yeah.
as of the end of May, I'm not there. So, but I can still make a call and find out what's going on.
For the citizens that are coming up Abercrombie Street, yeah, make a call. Abercrombie is one of the busiest streets.
It is. It is.
In fact, all the streets within this 4 square mile is pretty busy. But those two things need to be rectified because I don't know, it's just horrible.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna because I have the pictures on my phone still, so I'll remind them. I'll send
And tell them to park in Abercrombie intersection in the box.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the one Paul, Richard, Wendell, and myself to come and fix it.
Yeah.
Again, that we said we were going to do when by Republic Bank.
Yes, we did. And maybe we should do this one on Abercrombie Street.
Maybe we should do these too.
Well, the sinkhole might be a bigger problem. Sinkhole might actually be a ruptured water line underneath or something. That's most times a sinkhole. That's what's going on. There's water leaking underground that causes the earth to collapse. Yesterday I heard a caller calling and chastising, maybe that might be a strong word, but chastising Richard and in terms of the time he comes on and so on, and saying that changes should be made. 2 changes. I don't know who the second person he was pointing to, but just for clarity, let me tell people: I work on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday. Right? Those are my hours of work are from 6. It used to be to 9. It was changed to 8. Okay? Just for clarity. Richard works from 6:30. Okay? Just for clarity. Right? And I think when Richard came on, he corrected that. And I think, Steve, if I'm not mistaken, you were actually hearing it for the first time. But I heard it for the first time the other day too. Right?
Well, a couple of people were hearing it for the first time, and it brought up a lot of questions.
Yeah. So I was kind of surprised when he said it, but that's what it is. So just for clarity, I'm here on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, God willing, 6 to 8. Richard is from 6 to 8. Richard stays on though after when he can, but he ends at 8 also. Okay, so just thought you all should know that. Our listeners should know that. Because sometimes people private message me and ask me what was going on.
I got a lot of messages on the board. Speaking of messages on the board, good morning, Rena Budu Jennings, watching us on YouTube. Mo Gaines out in Aruka. Good morning, Slick Money Grip. Says, good morning, gentlemen. Time for coffee and a cake for his people crying. All righty. Josie Richardson, good morning to you as well. Who's captured in the picture behind you? That is Wendell. That is Wendell.
That's me, actually.
Yeah. Brenda Isaac, good morning. That hole in there too long. Yes, Brenda. Yes, Brenda. But somebody getting a salary at the end of the month to do some work, and clearly they're not doing it. Andre 868. Okay, you're new. I have never split in before. Good morning. What do you mean that you all have to see if the Minister of Finance will have to agree to an interview? Who pays these people the salary? I'm fed up with this minister and his attitude. Well, we have to ask them, Andre.
Yeah, we can't demand interviews.
We have to ask. Alan Reese, good morning to you. Have a great day. You have a great day too, Alan. Be safe. And Carol here, Carol again, Carol Guevara. Wagwan, Carol says, good morning. Have a great day. Peter Lockton in Arima with plenty mango. Peter, I am looking for green mango to make chow. I love a long mango chow. Please. Please send some to make chow. When I sit down to make a chow, I make a big bowl. I make a big bowl. So let's say if I'm making 6 mangoes of chow, and you know me, I'm a pepper mouth. I put in 4 Congo pepper in that. And sometimes if that's not hot enough, I'll slice 1 in half and just leave it there so I can dip. God, I'm missing my chow. And plum trout. That's only 2 trouts I like.
I eat some chenet yesterday. You know how long I ain't see chenet. I buy chenet. No, actually, one of the workers bring chenet for me. What today is? Wednesday, Monday. Monday when I was here, I get two bunch of chenet from work. They were real good. I mean Trinidad chenet normally not so nice. Tobago chenet nice. But I got some nice chenet from somewhere in Trinidad, and I'm driving up the road the other day. I see guys selling chenet. You know, I find it come out early.
Yeah, I'm not a chenet lover.
Yeah. Well, chenet is probably one of the most dangerous fruits to children growing up.
Yes.
I think it probably is the most dangerous fruit that you could give a child growing up.
Yeah, just swallow that, going on. I know someone who passed away from pylori.
Pylori?
It got stuck.
Pylori, you say, no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was sudden. Didn't expect that call. But yeah. All right. What else is going on in the news apart from the murders and apart from the police commissioners not saying a word? I don't know,
Yep.
And the Venezuelan migrants.
Did you see that? Is that other video that's circulating? Is that coming from in the detention center? Is that?
I got no videos on that.
There's a video that someone sent. It's on Instagram, actually. Where is that? Where is it? Where is it? Who sent it for me? 2 people sent it for me. It's them having their own show inside of the detention center. That's what it appears like. I'm going to set it down.
What do you mean, like the own show?
Well, the show that they didn't get to finish having in Apex, like they had it in the detention center. Look at this. Watch it and tell me if that's not in the detention center.
Let's see. Well, I can't play videos, folks, like how Paul does on YouTube. So, let me see what you showed me here. Not now. What the heck is this? That's a detention center. What is this? A modeling show? So many people. Okay. You sure that's in the detention center, pal?
That's what I'm saying. I gather that it
looks like it's a regular hall. Okay. I'll leave that one alone.
I gather that's what it is.
Yeah, I'll leave that one alone. If anybody has it and want to share it, no problem. Let me see what you're all talking about.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, okay. I think I know who you're talking about with the pylori. Somebody just sent me the name, and I could see why you say you know the person.
Send me the name, I'll tell you. Yeah. They say kudos to the TDPS. They got on a TDPS actually sent out a release. Maxi Taxi Bandit caught firearms, narcotics seized during anti-crime exercise. Yeah. Oh, wait a second, pal. Right. Yes.
Is that the person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what
That's
that
very
is.
smart. Though. All
Good
right.
morning, sexy San Fernando, locked on. Good morning to my weather TT crew. Good morning to you all as well, all of you all. Yeah, what else is happening in the news?
Well, we could go straight
I
into
think
the
crime
news.
is crime
It's
is such on
6:25.
the lips of everybody. The amount of murders, the casual way in which crime is taking place now. You know, like they know that they're not going to get caught under this movement. They're not even running anymore. Ah, yeah.
All right. Let's get into the headlines.
All right, good. What do you have?
I have today's Express.
Okay.
So we could start with the Express.
I didn't get paper. I didn't get the Guardian. Let me
As
see
the
if I
main
can
headline there for
yeah.
people who don't have the physical newspaper. And it says, Kong's procurement problem. That story is on page 4. Finance Minister defends order for CARICOM exemption. And there is a picture of Finance Minister Con Imbert. The other stories are proud WASA team, Public Utilities Minister Marvin Gonzalez and Member of Parliament for Aruka Maloney, Camille Robinson Regis posed for a photo with members of the Caroni Water Treatment Plant WASA team who worked on the burst water main in Caroni last week. They were present at the commissioning ceremony for the Golden Grove Booster Station in Aruka yesterday. And first monkeypox case in Trinidad and Tobago. That story is on page 5. And just letting you know, we will be speaking briefly with the Minister of Health after the 7 o'clock news. Other stories inside: 4 shot dead, 3 injured. Bail laws under review again as murders rise. Legal action against the Attorney General and Imbert. That is with regards to the procurement legislation. And the ministry confirms first monkeypox case in Trinidad and Tobago. All right. In the back in sports, Windies tackle mighty Indians. Athenaeus relishing opportunity against Rohit's men, and that's young. What's his name? Alec Athenaeus. All right. He's a rookie as a left-hand batsman. All right. He is making his debut. 24 years old in India. Against India, sorry, because India is playing the test matches in Trinidad just now. I don't remember that. Windsor Park is the first match, and I think they're playing the next match at the Queen's Park Oval. All right? And there are pictures, of course, of West Indies players staged around Chandapur and Kemar Roach, along with Jason Holder. All right? So that's the front and back of today's Express.
All right. And the Guardian, Health Minister announces first monkeypox case in TNT. That's going to be a headline for every paper. Tragic end for 12-year-old boy. 12-year-old boy dies after falling on knife. PM questions why bread double prices aren't going down. Migrants released from the detention center. PSA heads to Privy Council after appeal court dismisses move to delay TTRA. Tanko loses his cool over AC unit at Point Fontaine Hospital. In sport, Thornton Felix reached boys 10 and under Sagicor semis. Good morning to Sagicor. Yeah, so that's what's happening in the Guardian. On the Newsday, News is a funny website. Why is it moving so fast? I can't even read anything. Teen father, uncle shot in front of Laventille home. Stop recycling failures, West Indies. Yeah, monkeypox. Yeah. And some headlines. Months-old Procurement Act to change. Column backtracks on law. 3,300 students register for vacation revision classes. All right. All right. And that's just some of the headlines in the news day. All right. So let me give you the results of our morning poll. Let me just find it here. Let me just pull up results. I got the results. Our poll yesterday, we asked you, do you think the Minister of Finance should explain why he exempted goods and services from the procurement legislation for the CARICOM summit? That was our poll yesterday. 87%, 87 said yes. All right. So
All right.
let's
Our
get into
questions.
this morning's poll.
Yeah, we're talking about monkeypox because we are going to speak with the Minister of Health right after our 7 o'clock news. And Trinidad and Tobago recorded their first case of monkeypox yesterday. Are you concerned? Yes or no? Are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox in Trinidad and Tobago? That's our poll this morning.
All right. 222-8255. North Americans, toll free. 868-525-1099.
Monkeypox is here. It's been around a while now, but we now have recorded our first case in Trinidad and Tobago. They didn't say if it's a male or female or a child or anything, so did they? The patient is a middle-aged male, all right.
Yeah, middle-aged male
Patient is a
that had
middle-aged
international
male.
travel.
Yeah, with travel-related history. Someone like me.
Uh,
He was
Good morning.
tested.
Yeah. Good morning to DJ Sleepy. Peter Lockdown Arima with Plenty Mango says, I'm on the job. We'll check up in Aruca. The mangoes I got was from Coal Mine. Good morning, D. Steve Plum is also now in full season. D,
Plum.
you know how to find me. Plum. Watch out.
I ain't no plum yet, though.
I hate ripe plum. So drop off some, D. You know where to find me. Wendell, a ripe plum is also as dangerous as a chenet too. So true. Sometimes it goes in the back of the throat. Scary for kids. Correct. Also, guys, I guess I missed when the changes of the hours. I was confused. Explained several times this week. CJ from New York. Good morning to you. All right. Yeah. All right. Start writing. Good morning, Leonard Naipaul. Leonard says yes. Anthony Tinto, good morning to you. All right, so 222-8255. Are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox in our beloved TNT? Yes or no? Right? Long Islander says yes. All right, thank you so much, Long Islander. Carol Guevara, yes. Carol here, Carol again. 222-8255, toll-free North Americans, 866-525-1099. GNC Auto Security. Good morning, guys. Yes. All right. Are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox? Yes or no? Call us, message us on our message board via our mobile app or website at power102fm.com. And on YouTube, send us a message like Carol and Leonard and Josie Richardson. Okay. Josie actually says, yes, I am concerned. Yeah, I have to do some digging up on this monkeypox. Yeah, let's grab a call here. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning, yes.
All righty. Thank you so much. 222-8255. Toll-free North Americans, 866-525-1099. That's our numbers directly into our studio. Yeah. All right. So give us a message or call us. Miss Ingrid in Tucson, Arizona. Answer to the poll is absolutely yes. That goes without saying.
Yeah. The article
Yeah.
says it can range from mild disease to severe illness and is spread through close contact or through respiratory droplets. Common signs and symptoms include a skin rash or mucosal lesions, which can last 2 to 4 weeks, accompanied by fever, headache, muscle aches, back pain, low energy, and swollen lymph nodes. So, those are the symptoms. It's like little pustules on your hand and on your skin. They call them mucosal lesions. You would have seen pictures of people who had it. So take note. All right. The public was also reminded to maintain good hygiene practices such as hand washing or sanitizing where appropriate. So all those places that remove the sanitizer or have the machine with nothing in it, start to fill them back up, please.
Yeah, we always have sanitizer. Miss Ingrid says I'm a healthcare professional. Red. Okay. All right. 222-8255. Toll free North Americans 866-525-1099. Of course, on YouTube and our mobile app and website. Rena Buru Jennings says yes to the poll. Back to masks and frequent hand washing. Okay, I always wash my hands. Just the mask thing is having me a bit claustrophobic.
I'm so sure that the mask thing is all that necessary. But when we hear from the Minister of Health, he'll tell us.
All right. You got 12 minutes to message us with our morning poll. Are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox in TNT? Yes or no? That is our question for our poll. Lorna. Morning, Lorna. Morning, Indy. Carly, good morning. Notice the difference in the tones there for the hellos. They said, yes, of course. Cynthia Ramsarup. Good morning, guys. Yes, thank you, Cynthia. All right, 222-8255.
Are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox in Trinidad and Tobago? We would have had our first case yesterday. It's a middle-aged male with a travel-related history.
Yeah. Right, the messages here. Are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox? Yes or no? 222-8255, toll free North Americans 866-525-1099. I see the PNM is having a public meeting tomorrow evening, 7 o'clock at Hillview College.
Your old school, man. I'll pass and see if I see a name etched on any wall there.
No, actually, no. You'll see my uncle's name etched in the first form block.
All right.
He was actually a principal, one of the first principal of Hillview College.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't have in a concrete anyway, fresh concrete. Steve was here or nothing like that, or Paul was here. Nothing like that anywhere in the school. Write up in chalk somewhere, or a marker in the back of a blackboard, or
You think we writing in concrete? Those days we would have said, you want Coco Ram to come and give us some whip? May he rest in peace. He was a good teacher. No, they didn't have nothing like that. Nothing like that. What the heck is this?
You and Paul were boring in school now?
No.
Were the two of you in school at the same time?
He was probably in Form 5 or 6, and I was like in Form 1.
Oh.
I'm a puppy, young. Ms. Maloney, good morning, Ms. Maloney. Doodoo, yes. All right. Are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox in Trinidad and Tobago? 866-525-1099. 222-TALK. That's 222-8255. Yep, let's hear from you. Let me just check my message board here. Mr. Carapo, yes to the poll. I am concerned. Miss Ingrid said, Steve, masking might become necessary. Okay. Ooh, I got to take this call. Come on, Wendell. Chat for a second.
All right. We're doing a poll this morning about monkeypox. We had our first case yesterday. Confirmed case, in Trinidad and Tobago. Middle-aged male with a travel history. And we are asking this morning, are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox? Because I don't know what's happened in the other islands that had their first cases. It said, according to WHO, the virus was discovered in Denmark in 1958 and in monkeys kept for research. And the first reported human case of monkeypox was a 9-month-old boy in the Democratic Republic of Congo in 1970. So this virus has been around a while.
Yeah, like Richard and Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, it's that old. All right, yes. Are you concerned, monkeypox?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I really have to start wearing my mask again.
The United States, they say, has the highest number of deaths and cases. They have 30,555 cases and 45 deaths.
From monkeypox?
Mm-hmm.
Monkeypox can kill? I don't know anything. I haven't read about monkeypox.
Yeah, it can.
Morning. Wayne out in Simcoe, Ontario, Canada says yes. Oh, you need to put an on-air sign there, Wendell.
You heard them, somebody late calling out, morning, loud.
I heard yeah. All right. 222-8255. Toll free North Americans, 866-525-1099. You have 7 minutes again to vote on our morning poll. Let me just send the invite for Minister to join us after 7 o'clock. There it is. Forward.
Right, I can unmute my mic now.
Okay, good.
Right. Where was I? I was reading something else just now. It says, WHO says people can contact monkeypox from contaminated objects, such as clothing or linens, through injuries in healthcare or in community settings, such as tattoo parlors. So it's spreading almost like anything else. And it can spread from person to person or occasionally from animals to people. So it is that serious. And we have had 45 deaths in the United States already from monkeypox. So people don't take it for granted, please. Just be careful.
Yeah. The Great says, morning all. The Great, you didn't vote. You need to vote. All right. Let's see. DJ Ray in Delaware says yes. Are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox? Are you? Yes or no? All right. Of course, coming up at 7 o'clock, AV will be in with our major news. Give us a call. Yes or no? Tell us where you're calling from. 222-8255. North Americans, 866-525-1099. All right, that's our numbers directly into our studio. Edwin Marshall says yes to the poll. Good morning, Edwin Marshall. Thank you so much for joining us and watching us on YouTube. Thank you so much. All right, traffic is beginning to build on the highways a little bit. Nothing really on the Solomon and Uriah. You get in traffic from Macoya towards Huey, and then pretty much an extension from Barataria to Port of Spain. You're going to get traffic. I got nothing out to the west so far. All right. So if you're wondering what the traffic is like, school is closed. Third day of this lovely vacation. Garth Celia. Good morning, Garth. Yes to the poll. Thank you, Garth. Of course, we give the results right after our 7 o'clock news. Yeah. Are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox? Michelle Phillip, are you concerned? Huh? Yes or no? Good morning, Michelle Phillip. Yeah. All right. So you can call us 222-TALK. That's 8255 or toll free 866-525-1099. Are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox in Trinidad and Tobago? We want to know. Yes or no? Tell us right now. All right. Of course, today is Wednesday. And pick up your lotto ticket, $7.8 million. I just want a piece. 7.8 million.
That's how much the lotto is for today.
Yep. Michelle Phillip, thank you so much, Michelle. She said yes. Yeah, she said yes.
Michelle Phillip. I know someone named Michelle Phillip. She's Michelle Phillip Rose, actually. I wonder if it's the same person. Morning, Michelle. How long I ain't say that? All right, we have about 2 minutes left, Steve. Yeah, about 2 minutes left to take your.
Actually, 2 minutes exactly.
Yep.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Brandy. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. So far, we have 100% saying yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Are you concerned about monkeypox in Trinidad and Tobago? We will chat with the Minister of Health coming up. We won't have him for too long, 5-10 minutes, regarding monkeypox. So, tell us what you think. Yes or no?
Still in Francois, what you laughing at, boy? A partner of mine laughing at me.
Okay.
All right, we have 1 minute left to take your polls, your answers.
Yeah.
Are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox in Trinidad and Tobago? As I said, we have had our first confirmed case yesterday. So let's hear from you this morning. We'll be hearing from the Minister of Health right after the news this morning, and he'll give us an update as to what preparations the ministry is making and what are some of the things that they may want to institute concerning monkeypox. All right?
Yeah. Sexy San Fernando says, yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah. So let's see. You have a couple of seconds again to vote. Let's see. Peter Lockton in Rima says, no, not as yet. Not as yet. All right, Peter. Mogest says yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you, Mogest. Thank you, Peter.
Monkeypox. What a name for a disease.
I
Or is
know.
it a virus? A virus. And as they say, the symptoms include fever, a skin rash, mucosal lesions, a headache, muscle aches, back pain, low energy, and swollen lymph nodes. And if you want to find out where your lymph nodes are, Google it.
Yeah.
It's either, I think it's
Common symptoms of monkeypox: rash, fever, sore throat, headache, muscle aches, back pain, low energy, swollen lymph nodes. Ooh. Wow. It said monkeypox is usually a self-limited viral infection with a rash that may be painful.
Mhm.
Most people recover on their own after a few weeks. In some cases, people can become very sick and could die. People usually develop symptoms 5 to 21 days after being exposed to the monkeypox virus.
That means you probably won't even remember who you was
Yeah,
exposed.
yeah. Where did I get it?
Mhm.
Um,
And where are your lymph nodes, people? In your neck, armpit, chest, abdomen, and groin. Those are where your lymph nodes are located, okay?
mhm.
Neck, armpit, chest, abdomen, which is your belly, in case you don't know, and your groin, okay?
Yeah. The rash can initially look like pimples or blisters and may be painful or itchy. And people with monkeypox infection develop what? Okay. Some words I have to. Person is contagious until after all the scabs on the skin have fallen off. And so it's like chicken what is this? Chicken pox? And if you're soaking calamine lotion. Let's get into our news. Evie Hill Bab is in.
This is your news bulletin from Power 102 Digital.
Finance Minister Com Imbert says only $90 million or less was spent to host the CARICOM Golden Jubilee celebrations. The first case of the monkeypox virus has been detected in Trinidad and Tobago. Venezuelan migrants detained at the Chagaramas heliport have now been allowed to leave, and normalcy has returned to the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex. Details in a moment. This is news to 7 o'clock on Power 102 Digital. I'm Avril Sintel-Bab. Good morning. Finance Minister Colm Imbert has spoken out on the cost of hosting the CARICOM Golden Jubilee celebrations held in this country last week. He says, according to the figures he has on hand, so far, only $9 million or less was spent. Imbert disclosed the figure yesterday as he defended the government's decision to sign an order for exemption to facilitate the event, circumventing the current procurement legislation process. Imbert said while the procurement legislation is good on paper, there have been issues in getting it implemented. As an example of the issues faced on implementation of the procurement law, Imbert said so far only 861 suppliers have been pre-qualified, 7,789 suppliers are entered into the system, but only 861 of these suppliers have pre-qualified for all or some of their lines of business. He said 1,086 suppliers are ending pre-qualification and 32,357 lines of business are pending pre-qualification. The first case of the monkeypox virus has been detected in Trinidad and Tobago. The Ministry of Health confirmed the information, advising the case was detected yesterday. The patient is a middle-aged male with travel-related history. He was tested earlier yesterday, and the sample was then sent to the Caribbean Public Health Agency's laboratory via the Trinidad Public Health Lab. The relevant county medical officer of health has initiated the local public health response, which includes contact tracing. The ministry reminded the public that the Mpox virus continues to circulate worldwide. According to the World Health Organization's update as of July 4th, 2023, 88,144 cases have been detected globally amongst 112 countries, and there has been a total of 149 deaths. The Mpox virus can range from mild disease to severe illness and is spread through close contact or through respiratory droplets. Common signs and symptoms may include a skin rash or mucosal lesions, which can last 2 to 4 weeks, accompanied by fever, headache, muscle aches, back pain, low energy, and swollen lymph nodes. Anyone experiencing these symptoms is advised to visit their nearest health facility. The public is also reminded to maintain good hygiene practices such as hand washing or sanitizing where appropriate. The ministry reminds the public that the Mpox vaccine is available in Trinidad and Tobago. However, at this time, it would be utilized for contacts of known positives only. Venezuelan migrants detained at the Chaguaramas heliport have now been allowed to leave. Some 196 migrants were held at Apex Sports Bar during a birthday party in St. James on Sunday. International organizations condemned their detention and the manner in which it was done. The release of the migrants comes after a protest by them on Monday where they demanded access to water and essential amenities. However, the exact number of migrants released has not yet been confirmed. According to Guardian Media, attorney Kristen J. Williams, who represents some of the detained migrants, commended the government for releasing his clients who hold UNHCR identification cards. Williams, however, expressed concerns over the use of the heliport, particularly in light of recent allegations surrounding the facility. Meanwhile, international and regional human rights bodies have joined the conversation surrounding the detention of migrants. Well, the Caribbean Center for Human Rights is highlighting the urgency with which Trinidad and Tobago needs legislation to treat with migrants and refugees. It claims without legislation that guides the state response, the country continues to put vulnerable persons at risk, expose them to trauma, and burden the courts with avoidable legal challenges. It made the comments in the context of concerns raised about the manner in which the raid took place last Sunday morning at a St. James bar, which resulted in the detention of around 200 Venezuelan migrants, asylum seekers, and refugees. It said, based on reports received, the exercise appears to be in violation of due process guaranteed by the Constitution, in violation of international human rights instruments that Trinidad and Tobago is a party to, and in violation of the rule of law. Reports indicate persons were arrested for the offense of irregular entry. You are listening to news on Power 102 Digital to 7 o'clock. Normalcy has returned to the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex. This after a transformer which had undergone some recent works failed at the hospital. The incident occurred on July 10th, 2023, around midday. North Central Regional Authority said the team worked throughout the night and the situation was remedied by 4:35 a.m. on Tuesday, with supply transferred to another transformer. According to Chief Executive Officer Davlin Thomas, the NCRHA Incident Response Team, Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex engineering staff, and with the support of Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission, responded to transfer supply to a contingency electrical transformer.
We found it necessary to transfer all critical patients because we knew that in order to transfer the load from one transformer to the next, there would be a point in time when we would not have an electrical supply specifically, and we therefore transferred our patients to the Arima General Hospital. Those are the ICU patients. We spent the entire night remedying the situation.
Meanwhile, an opposition member of parliament claims he was reliably informed the central air conditioning at the Point Fortin Hospital has not been working for over a month now. MP for Oropouche West Dave Tanko alleges this malfunction of the air conditioning system has affected the entire hospital, including departments such as administration, x-ray, ultrasound, and also the operating theaters. Mr. Tanko says he's been reliably informed patients and staff have complained to management for over a month, citing the hazards of these obviously unsafe conditions, but no response has been forthcoming. He's calling on the Minister of Health, Terence Dialsing, to provide an immediate response to these reports, as the hospital serves the southern peninsula of over 100,000 citizens and residents of Trinidad and Tobago. Finally, here's weather news for the period today till midnight. Trinidad and Tobago, initially sunny conditions with showers developing by late morning. There's a medium chance of isolated heavy showers and thunderstorms favoring the afternoon and evening. Hazy night with a light breeze. Gusts, street flooding possible in the event of a heavy downpour. Look out for a forecast maximum temperature of 32 degrees Celsius at Piarco International Airport and 31 degrees Celsius at Crown Point in Tobago. Currently, the temperature is 28 degrees Celsius in both localities. Recapping your headlines to 7 o'clock. Finance Minister Colm Imbert says only $9 million or less was spent to host the CARICOM Golden Jubilee celebrations. The first case of the monkeypox virus has been detected in Trinidad and Tobago. Venezuelan migrants detained at the Chaguaramas heliport have now been allowed to leave, and normalcy has returned to the Eric Williams Medical Sciences Complex. I'm Avril St-Hill-Bob. That was news to 7 o'clock on Power 102 Digital. Look out for more news in detail at 12 noon and an update coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. For more details, log on to power102fm.com.
Up to date and credible. Power 102 Digital.
All right. Thank you so much, Avril, for our major news to 7 o'clock on this 12th day of July. Thank you so much. You join her again coming up at 8 o'clock for our news brief. All right. Before we get the results of our morning poll, let me just tell you, traffic-wise, got a little bit of traffic ahead towards O'Meara, Trinity City towards Huey, and then volume from Curep towards Barataria and heavier in Port of Spain. Eastern Main Road through Tacarigua and Page, got it. Champlain, especially by Mount Hope, a bit busy. Caroni, busy. Uriah Butler Highway, and that's about it. Riverland Road is also heavy. All right. All right, Wendell, where are you? All right.
I'm right
so
here.
I got one more no. I got Michelle Phillips saying yes. I got Cheryl Henry saying yes. I got Edwin Marshall. So Edwin says poor monkey. All right, so let's get the results of our morning poll. And I see the Honorable Minister is online. His camera is off, though. So he'll need to put his camera on. If he's on, he's hearing me. Minister, if you can put your camera on. But let's get the results of our morning poll.
All right, this morning we asked you, are you concerned about the spread of monkeypox in Trinidad and Tobago? And we had 25 of our pollsters saying yes, 2 said no. 25 people said yes, they are concerned. 2 people said no. All right, they're not, well, in one case he said he's not yet concerned. All right, so those are the results of our poll this morning, and we have on with us this morning the Honorable Terence Dialsing, Minister of Health. Where did he go?
Yes, I'm here.
All right.
Minister, I'm here.
Well, are you able to put your camera on, Minister?
Not at this time.
All right, no problem.
There goes that face. Can't see it, people. He doesn't want to show his face. All right. So all those that watch us on YouTube.
It's a face only a mother can love on a wife.
We know the type. We have a couple here.
Well, we always said that. Like Richard and Wendell and Paul, they have a face for radio until we put a camera on.
Why my wife loves me, I will never know.
I'm not even going there. All right. Well, thank you so much, Minister, for joining us.
You're welcome.
I know you have a tight schedule. Let's jump straight into it. So we got our first case of monkeypox. This individual traveled?
Yes. As in most cases around the world, over 96% of persons who contract mpox will have a travel history. So we are falling straight into that sort of demographic.
When you said a travel history, we're talking about a specific part, a specific region, Minister?
Yes. So when you look at the epidemiology of mpox, over 96% of the cases come from 2 areas of the world, the region of the Americas, in which we are situated, and Europe. These two areas of the world contribute close to 96% of the cases. And we have been saying that since May 2022, when we were doing the COVID press conferences. So persons traveling to these areas need to be careful. And similarly, persons who intend to have very close, intimate physical contact, like during sexual intercourse, close hugging, deep kissing, you need to know what these 112 countries, where they are, and be very careful with very close physical contact from persons who have visited those countries in the recent past.
How was this first case detected, though?
Okay, so the person would have been in one of our clinics, would have presented clinically. So there was a high degree of clinical suspicion. That will then lead to a PCR test where you swab a blister and then you take that for a PCR test. That takes a couple of hours and then we get the results. So that is how that case was detected.
And what measures have been taken concerning the people who that person would have been in contact with?
So the relevant county medical officer of health would have been alerted yesterday. Contact tracing started yesterday. Close contacts were identified. Contact tracing will continue today. And then once the close contacts have been identified, the vaccines will be made available to all close contacts of the individual to protect them.
So that means that we do have a vaccine that can fight this mpox.
Yes. So when mpox started in May 2022, we started the process to get vaccines in. We did get the vaccines in by last year, November, December. I can't remember the exact date. So we have the vaccines waiting for this day. Because we knew the likelihood of it coming will be relatively good. So the vaccines are there and the vaccines could be started to be administered as early as today.
Is it someone comes in with monkeypox? Do you have, what facilities you have? You still doing Cora and Coover and have a special ward?
So as per WHO recommendations, the epidemiology of mpox is radically different to that of COVID. What is recommended for a person who tests positive for mpox is home isolation. And that is what the CMOH will be doing. The persons will be isolated at home. They just don't have to have close, intimate physical contact with anyone, as opposed to COVID, where you could be in a maxi taxi next to somebody with COVID, that person coughs or sneezes, you get COVID. Mpox is transmitted mainly via very close, intimate physical contact. So that makes it suitable for home isolation, and the county medical officer of health is already on that ball.
Oh, so there's no need to hospitalize these people.
The hospitalization will come in if the person deteriorates and symptoms worsen to the point where he needs supportive care in a healthcare setting. And if that happens, we have places like Cora, which are isolated with negative pressure rooms and ICU capacity for total isolation to do that.
If someone realizes, well, I think I may have monkeypox, what OTC can they take? What over-the-counter medication can they take?
Well, if you think you have monkeypox or mpox, the first thing you need to do is get tested. Don't assume that you don't have it, especially if you have the blisters, the swollen lymph nodes, etc. There are also flu-like symptoms that accompany monkeypox. There is no specific treatment for monkeypox. You treat it like the flu if the person has flu-like symptoms with paracetamol, hydration, etc. But if you do notice that you have the blisters and so on, and you are feeling really tired, get yourself tested. Make sure so that the appropriate supportive care can be provided and that you protect others around you.
What are some of the advisories that would go out there for the public as we have confirmed our first case.
Yeah. So the advisory for the public is that unlike COVID, there is going to be no mass population measure like lockdowns, travel restriction. Life goes on as normal for 1.4 million people. The only people who need to be concerned are the close contacts of those individuals or individual who have tested positive for Mpox. They are the only ones who will have to follow the advice of the county medical officer of health to protect themselves. But for the rest of the population, life goes on as normal, but be vigilant. There's no need for panic. There's not going to be any lockdowns, restrictions. Life goes on as normal.
Okay, so it's just really for the individual responsibility. Do we have to? Do you think that mask would come back up and people walk around with the mask?
That is not being contemplated. The evidence globally, because Mpox is transmitted person to person via close, intimate contact, there is absolutely no need for any of the COVID measures, including mask mandates.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a relief, I have to say.
And that is
yes, correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And let us just touch on COVID for 1 second. Don't mean to split from monkeypox. You all are giving out vaccine. Let's see, you have Sinopharm and Pfizer.
We have Sinopharm and Pfizer. Yes, we got in a shipment of Pfizer, I believe, last month, the bivalent. So that is very good for people who want to be boosted. Yeah, so we have, because there still are some pockets of people, maybe a couple hundred a month, who want to be vaccinated, and we continue our vaccination program for COVID.
All right. And how was the prostate screening on the weekend? How was that?
Oh God, Steve, when I tell you it was an unqualified success. Men, okay, let me give an example. We know traditionally men don't like to be tested. We know traditionally men don't see about themselves. When we had that week of women's screening for International Women's Day, a week, 4,400 women came out. Do you know how many men came out for 2 days of prostate screening, Steve?
I have no clue, none.
Well, I'm going to blow.
Women came at fourth. I would cut that in half.
I'm going to blow your mind.
Am I here?
4,190 men came out. It was an incredible. Yeah, I mean, we couldn't believe it. Men just came out literally in their thousands. So what we are doing now, we are processing all the results in the labs. And we will be calling the men in the coming days and weeks with their results. It was a fantastic turnout by men. And I want to congratulate those men who took the decision to care about themselves. I mean, my cup runneth over, Steve.
And would this be mainly men over 40?
Yes. Yeah. Because we are targeting men over 40 for prostate screening. And when I looked across, because I was in Mount Hope and the Savannah, it was mainly men over 40. Lots of elderly men in their 60s and 70s. It was, I mean, we were blown away.
How was it turnout in Tobago?
Very good. Tobago did over 200 men. And for a small population, that was good. Just like the Eastern RHA. But the bulk of men came from North Central, Northwest, and South. I mean, it was.
And what type of prostate testing was done, Minister? Was it the PSA or the probe?
The PSA, and that's why I think men came out in their thousands.
I figured.
Right, and we are happy for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to get done, and if that's the way to do it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anything we could do to demystify it, make it acceptable to men, we are on board with you, and we just thank men for coming out. It was brilliant.
Are you going to continue with it another weekend, or?
Yeah, so we are going to do it. What we want to do now is process those 4,000 tests now, so we can give those men those results. We don't want to put too much of pressure on the labs and have a backup. So we will be repeating it sometime in the future. Yes.
right.
All right.
Well, that's great.
All right. So before you go, Minister, 'cause I know you're really swamped on time. Arrivals to the country, or let's go arrivals only. Would they have any work with any paperwork regarding monkeypox?
No, sir. There is absolutely no enhanced scrutiny at ports of entry. When you are leaving Trinidad, there will be no public health measures. Life goes on as normal today as it was yesterday. The only people who need to be concerned are the close physical contacts of the positive individual. I want to make that really, really clear. And thanks for asking the question. Because social media was a buzz. So I want to debunk all those things, and I'm happy for the opportunity this morning. Life goes on as usual. As the old soca hit used to say, live your life.
So exactly. So therefore, keep your distance, wash your hands.
Yeah, the usual hand washing.
Usual stuff. The usual COVID stuff still stands when it comes to monkeypox.
Yes,
I think
brother.
we all know what those are.
Yes.
All right. Well, Minister Dialsing, thank you. Wendell, you have any more questions for the minister?
No. I'm satisfied.
You're good there.
Thank you so much, Minister.
All right. So, Minister, I know you're busy. Have a good day. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for taking the time out.
No problem.
Paul Breakfast Show to our listeners and enlighten them on this monkeypox virus. That's, we have one case already. Thank you so much, Minister.
Okay, Wendell, Steve.
Right.
Good morning and good morning to your listeners. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Good morning to you as
Thanks
well.
so much,
All the best.
Minister.
All right. Of course, that was Minister Terence Dialsing telling us a little bit about monkeypox. We got our first case. It's close contact.
Yeah. It really close, and of course, close in this context. This is my interpretation. Means someone who is more like an intimate partner of the person. That's the person who would be most at risk.
Yeah.
I gathered that from what was said. So just be
Richard?
mindful.
Richard?
Well, I mean, sorry.
I was looking for Richard. Richard said 7.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. He had a delay. Let me see if he sent a message. Did he send a message? No. Okay. Oh. I'm now seeing your message, Adandi.
What he said?
He said no. He had asked a question: how long to wait on the results of the prostate test?
Well, the minister said a couple of weeks, but they'll contact you.
Right.
Yeah.
So I gathered that Dande went because he said it was a huge success.
Yeah, I should have gone, but
they did HIV testing as well.
You should go.
Yeah,
I understand Sexy San Fernando is telling me that a lot of people turned up at San Fernando, and a lot of older men as well turned up in San Fernando. So that is great news, at least.
No.
And I think because it's the two things: Ministry of Health, and it was free. It was free.
Yeah, but most of those,
a lot of people watching their pocket these days,
Yeah, most of those, how I should put it, outside clinics and so on that happens in different areas are free, and people don't take enough advantage of it.
You're talking about the health centers.
Yeah, so we're happy to hear that a lot of people went and
maybe
did this.
one
I
question.
do it with my private doctor every now and then, so I check. I've been checking for a while. My doctor, well, as I say, he insists on certain things, so I follow and I obey. Understand?
Yeah. All right. So there you go. It's exactly 7:30. Good morning to you on this Wednesday, the 12th day of July. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, it's just Paul is out. He's across the pond in London. Richard, we don't know where Richard is. So.
Yeah, well, he did say he was coming in at 7, but maybe he had a delay.
He's late for being late. So let's take some of your calls. 222-8255. Toll free North Americans, 866-525-1099. Wendell, when is that India test?
The test match is actually starting today, I was told. That's the one at Windsor Park. It's starting today. The first
Windsor
test
Park
between
is?
West Indies and India is today.
Windsor Park is
one of those smaller islands. Let me get it. Hold on.
which one? Find it out.
Let me get it for you. It's in the back page. It's in the back page. Windsor Park. They just say Windsor Park. Where Windsor Park is?
Let me Google that then.
Come, Jaron Joseph. I know you're gonna mess with me. Where is Windsor Park ground? Russo, Dominica.
Okay, and where's the second test?
In Trinidad.
What date?
Yeah, hold on. I don't go to my Queen's Park message group now. Hold on. I'm gonna check my Queen's Park message group. Seaboard Marine. Seaboard have it. Hold on, I'll get to it. Dear member, the man. Okay, that's not it. Right. We are pleased to advise the dates of the second international test match, West Indies and India, Thursday the 20th to Monday the 24th.
24th, yes.
So that's the date of the second test match. Thursday the 20th to Monday the 24th. That's at the Queen's Park Oval.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's pretty much next weekend, next Thursday.
Yeah. Yep.
Next Thursday. I haven't watched Test cricket in a long time. We got so accustomed with the one days and the T20s. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I must say, Dr. Neil Singh is the best health minister ever, personal-wise. He has a nice personality. In my book, he is one of the best health ministers I have. I hear Maduro talking with Ms. Motley. What is he doing for Venezuela to help his people get back on their feet? That man, like, he don't care about his people all over the place. He ain't doing nothing. Make something, fix something so they can come back home and get their lives back in order. Anyhow, you all have a good day. Well,
all right.
Have a Ms. Sampson, I have to agree with you on your comment about Minister Terence Yelsey. He is most personable. He is very accessible.
No, he is, you know.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you something, Ms. Sampson. I mean, I didn't get home till after 7 o'clock. And, you know, my days are busy, so I'm not really on social media. I get WhatsApp messages, but it's sometimes, you know, so like if it's tough for me to check WhatsApp messages and have a conversation. So when I got home, I just put on the television, but I was listening. I wasn't watching. And then I heard about this monkeypox, and then I said, "Oh my goodness! Well, let me try the minister." So I did reach out to him. I reached out to both him and Roshan, and Roshan had said, "Well, you know, let the minister. He's get in touch with the minister." So I said, "Okay, I did." And then he said, "Yeah." They wanted to do it at 7 o'clock. When their communication department messaged me last night, they said 7 o'clock, and I said, "I can't do 7. Because we have major news and if you'll kill me. So we can do it at 7. That's why I said 7:15. And he said, sure, no problem. You can have me, but I can't stay very long. I said, sure, no problem. I'll take you for 10 minutes. And that's it. But every time that I have asked, it is very rare for the minister to turn down a request.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
very rare.
He really is for the people. He really, I wish you leave him there for the rest of his life. You remember the minister was an Indian lady that didn't even know what a PDR is? She was with the UNC. That lady was a hot mess. But
exactly.
She actually wasn't East Indian. Eh?
Oh, Batiste.
Talking about Therese Batiste Cornelius.
Therese Cornelius, yes.
That woman was ridiculous.
Yeah,
oh my God.
You brought up a name from the past. I haven't said that name in years.
Have a good day.
All righty. You too, Ms. Sampson. Take care. All right, 222-8255. North Americans, toll free, 866-525-1099. Jaron Joseph, thank you so much.
Yeah. But actually, Minister Terence Yelsey is one of the longest serving ministers of health we've had. He's been there 8 years straight.
Yeah. John Rahal was a good minister of health as well.
Yeah, he was. Jerry Narese too, eh?
I can't remember that far back.
Yeah, but Jerry Narese was after John Rahal.
Whatever happened to Jerry Narese now?
Yeah,
He's
so
still a member, active member of the PNM, or he's out completely?
no, he's still active. Jerry does his thing quietly. Jerry is mostly focuses on Trinidad now, the business, his
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. But he was a good minister of health also too. But you're right about John Rahal. Always very accessible too. You know?
Yeah.
We've
And
had
the reason I say that too, because I remember there were a few people, and I mean a few, there were more than 3 during his tenure that reached out to me asking for help in a medical way.
Mhm.
And I all I did was take the person's name, address, and all their contact information, and for a few people,
Mhm.
and send it across to him, and he sent it across to his people. And the individuals that asked for the help actually called back and said they got through.
Yeah.
So he helped them out. Good morning.
Good morning, it's me again, Wendell.
Ma'am?
How you go about having you government people to mingle with the people on the ground who know the city or the country? Why did they just make decision without talking to like Sam Fernandez, like the mayor here? I can't get the mayor to listen to me at all. At
Mm.
all when there what taking place here. You're there to serve the people. I know what taking place. I done make mystery scores and 10. I could give you some advice.
Mhm. Well, that's a difficult question for me to answer, but it's a concern that I'm sure a lot of people share with you, Miss Sams.
When they'll see some making sense. We have a market in San Fernando that is underused because it have a bar, grocery store, and whatever. Everybody park their vehicle across in front. So when you want to go in the market, you have to drive around for 2 hours just to pick up 2 tomatoes. It just ain't making sense. So I just send a little drawing. I tell the man, put some slant white line in front of the market. Put somebody there, like them one of them wardens, to make sure you come to the market and just spend a 15 minutes and leave. You can't go in the market. You cannot go in the market. How long is it gonna take for you to put some white lines and mark on the wall? San Fernando market parking. You can't go in the market and like he just don't care.
Mm.
Um, it's a good suggestion. No matter how you pass by the market, you can't get no parking. The people inside the vendors are not well. Them ain't even complaining. Them just sit down inside. They're comfortable as ever. I spend the little joy and say, oh God, do something. I swallow your pride. Not because you didn't think of it. Swallow your pride and say, well, this makes sense.
Mm.
I
All
don't know
right.
what else. I need
Well,
a
I'm sure your messages will get back to him this morning based on a lot of people who are listening. If he's not listening himself, you know.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
Morning, Mr. Go.
Is Richard there?
No, he's not.
He's not? All right, okay. Because I remember I told Richard once about I don't want to put any cameras in my house because I have seen people with CTC cameras get robbed, home invasion. It goes to the police, say, bring the city and the cameras. They want to see the video and nothing happens. And I am wondering, what do these police officers do with these footage? Because you're seeing footage of robbery all over. Beyond the tape showing it, Ian Allen showing it, and nobody's being caught. Look at that one in Maraval.
That's not totally accurate, Ms. Digger Martin. A lot of results have come from camera footage.
Really? Because
I can speak personally about it too.
Oh, okay. Well, you think because I just find because I know people down here sending footage, and up to now they never could have caught the people. But that is my opinion. Okay. I want to deal with Yacina Gonzalez and Steve. Steve asks if it was in the reverse, like say it was us going through what Venezuelans going through, how it would have been. Steve, I want to let you know because I have been going to Venezuela from since 1988. I could write a book about it. Thank God it never happened with me, but people who was with me going Venezuela, and let me tell you, it wasn't easy. It's robbery, cut bag, all kind of. Let me tell you, see the vendors on Frederick in the People's Mall, they could testify to things that went on with them. So when Yazina getting on like a badger and feel she could bully our police and find they mustn't this and they mustn't that, Yazina, you think any Trinidadian could have hop on a pirogue and head to Venezuela week after week after week, Yazina? The Guardia, I will tell you, the Guardia Nacional, and you know it, Yazina, they would have stopped them pirogues before they reach the shore. But I want to ask our Coast Guard, what the hell are you doing on the seas?
I ask that all the time.
No, but see,
that is one entity that we have not heard about.
Exact, but y'all had Gavin, his hero is his name. Wasn't he a former Coast Guard officer? Or he was the army. Anyway, if he was in the Coast Guard, I would have liked to ask him what the Coast Guard have been doing all these years. Because as Stalin say, they intercept some and more come because our borders are open season, like there's a sign at the border saying Bienvenido, welcome to Trinidad. I mean, come on. And Yasina feel our TTPS must do nothing? You serious? Yasina, nobody could go Venezuela and walk around as a visitor with her. They're telling you in the hotel, make sure and walk with your passport. You can walk to Venezuela as a visitor. The Venezuelans have to walk with the ID, and we as visitors have to go. Let me tell you, my first year going to Venezuela, 1988, a lady who went before, she told us, a friend and I was going, she said, well, you're careful. When all you reach in the airport, she said there are little boys who like they're tout for the taxi drivers, and they come and say, taxi, taxi, and before you could say yes or no, they hop up your luggage and they go in with it. She told us, I said, what? Yes. And there it is, it happened to the friend I went with, gone with the woman suitcase, she had to run behind the boy, 1988, and it got worse. Talk to the Venezuelan the Trinidad consulate in Venezuela. Now they must bring them back to Trinidad because they have no work to do. It's always you have to go there, get document to come back to Trinidad because your bag gone with all your passport in it. It's gone with it in the hotel. We used to stay in a hotel called Piniango. We never experienced it, but you see that Eduardo Hotel? You talk about things used to go on there. We never want to go there. Look at. I have a friend went on a tour with JC Tours, and as the bus coming down, like we say on the beat, they hold up the bus and rob everybody in the bus. Oh, you think it easy? Look now, Yasina, you better rock so with your nonsense, because you overdoing it. You can't come in we country and dictate what we police must do. We can't dictate to the Guardia Nacional and I praise them because they walk in. Because what the hell we Coast Guard doing? And all you used to call people of African descent mono and mona. That is male monkey and female monkey. All of a sudden, all you want to come in the country with the mono and mona. And one the mono man, all you sign there's monkey. Because you're coming and only making child with them. I've gone. I'm real vexed with Yasina this morning.
All right. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen. I want to tell Zina what happened to the Coast Guard. Since the government of Trinidad and Tobago took the Spanish people's side when the child gets shot, the Coast Guard and them don't care. They should have charged the woman for putting the child life in danger by being on a boat illegally to come to Trinidad illegally, but they didn't do that. The liars and them pick up the case. The lady had a liar from Trinidad, you hear? And
child was shot, for God's sake. Oh, good God.
I'm now going to go there. A child was shot.
A child was shot. You're bringing up that as an example? Seriously?
Well,
seriously?
I don't know. Thanks, Miss Sampson.
Yeah, Miss Sampson, you were also responding to Zina. That wasn't Zina who called. the person who called before wasn't Zena.
Morning, Rich.
Morning, guys.
Rich,
What's shaking? What's
we
shaking?
can stress this or today.
No, I had a late.
Yeah, and work.
When I sent that message, I was up working all night, you know.
Yeah,
So
you look like me, somebody who stay up. I stay up all night too. I don't know why.
I knew I was going to be very late this morning, so
I went to bed early, right? Maybe just after 8, after taking a soak, and I woke up and saying, "Oh, good, like I'm late to get on the road." Now I look at my phone. It's 12:10. I'm thinking it must be 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Then I couldn't go back to sleep. 12:10. I'm thinking it's morning. 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
I hear that.
And when that happens, yes.
What the jail is this? Anyway, thanks for joining.
Yeah. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning. Good morning, gentlemen.
Morning.
I heard something there that fell in a field that I am familiar with. Right? Miss Sampson, you are so wrong. And Miss the other lady, I forget her name from the Martin. She's also the reason.
Lincoln, you're breaking up badly.
No, he's not. He's good. Go ahead, Lincoln.
Right. The Coast Guard is an undersupplied institution. If you do inventory Coast Guard, they probably have 2 vessels working, right? And it is something that we are not informed about. It's something that the Coast Guard cannot complain about. They have a lot of old vessels. They have a lot of vessels that I don't know if you all.
Yeah, but they also have new vessels.
They have one. They get 1 new vessel every 10 years.
I think they have. I think we got 2 just pre-COVID.
Right, and the 4 that they had very old. I'm sure that you all are not aware that after a while, a period, that the vessels bend. There's something called the hull does bend from riding the waves and whatnot. The vessels actually bend, right? And they have a lot of vessels that are bent, and it's not very accurate for sailing when it does that. So the vessels are.
And your information is from
Coast Guard friends that I have, from sailors are friends that I have.
So not officially,
right? No, it doesn't. We talk as military people. We communicate as what the problems are. Serving men cannot come on the radio and say these things. I'm retired. I could say these things.
What about the radar?
I'm not familiar with the radar. Can't speak to what
the next time you guys talk, ask about the radar, because I know we're supposed to have a
functioning
radar system on the North Coast.
Radar, but I heard the minister said that they have radar, 360-degree radar.
Yeah, so we heard you said that.
I personally don't believe in it because I live in Chaguanas, and I see Venezuelans coming here and going back and returning every 2 weeks.
$3,500.
So you know it.
Yeah.
They're not just coming, They come in, going and getting nanny and
no. Let me tell you, when they
coming back.
They have the legal entry, which I think is by Pier 1.
Yes,
and they use that as a port for customs and so on. Then the illegal entry is via pirogue, which makes a couple trips every day. So what goes on, and what I am thinking, doesn't the security forces know about this, put their intel, and work on it? You ask any.
Remember, David Rudder said some many years ago, somebody let in the cocaine pass.
You know what, Panama.
This Venezuelan trade is a consented trade. It's not an illegal trade.
All right.
If we wanted to stop Venezuelans, it could be done. Well, it could slow down. We
have to have a will.
We don't have enough vessels. Correct.
Yeah. Thanks, Lincoln.
Correct.
All righty. All the best. Good morning, caller.
Hello.
Hi, morning.
Good morning, Steve.
Morning.
Morning, Wendell.
Morning, Ms. Dabney.
That interview was so short. You had to rush off, so I guess.
Yeah, I didn't have much time with him. So
Oh, okay, no
yeah,
problem.
he said
But
so. Last night he told me he wouldn't have much time. So I said, okay.
But you know something? I forget about all these things already, you know. I was shocked to hear that. Fuck, what? But anyway, people start to be careful. But you notice, I heard them keep saying the difference with corona. Well, the last one we had, the coronavirus, and this is one is how it's transmitted now. So therefore, that person probably had somebody up there, whoever he got it.
Well, yeah, he get intimate. He must probably was intimate with someone with it. So.
Yeah. Anyway, we have to be very careful. But if people know to do the right thing, but I thought they could have wear the mask and that would have been avoided. But of course, that is not so. So away with the mask, not be again. So another thing, what I was reading overnight on the newspapers, Ms. Ulla Christopher, our commissioner of police, said she would not be talking to a certain media house. I find that was wrong to say because she would get blows for that. You know, all media going and stick together, don't care what, right? And I have a feeling which media house it is, you know. So the other thing is, if she's not talking to that one and she speaks to the rest, so they won't get that news? Why should make him talk like that?
I didn't know, you know, caller, I didn't know what. I just read that article. Well, just a little snippet of that article, and I was wondering what I was all about.
Yeah. She shouldn't have made that remark because she's getting licks left, right, and center. So, Miss, don't retract nothing because it doesn't make sense. I just find, tell them you're feeling tired now. I mean, to be honest, I think, to be honest, in all honesty, I was rooting for her, but I feel sorry for her now because she can't help it, and it's not her fault, you know, it's not her fault. But people, of course, people have the things to say, and I don't feel being a policewoman, it could be how strong, how this, that, the other spiritual you are. I'm not taking all of this. My belly full, just go home and rest yourself.
Yeah, her personality is clearly not suited for a position like
so I think she should just say, look, I just tell the PSC, look for somebody meantime now, again all that 3 months again. But I don't think by the way, it's a year she got extended it was extended by 1 year.
Yeah, until May next year.
She has about next 9-10 months again. Oh God, she can't wait so long, tell you the truth. I was going.
Right. Thank you, caller.
It's a good thing is Miss Dabadi saying that, yes.
Oh, good.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yeah, I know it's tough.
I want to ask Lincoln if the OPVs, and I'm not sure who it was going to be. Well, I guess it would have been the Coast Guard. Would the OPVs would have helped? Because those were, or how much OPVs they were? Wendell, you know?
I think it was 3.
3. Okay. Yeah. That should have been able to assist. If Lincoln is saying the boats roll and the this and the that, the OPVs would have helped that, you know. But our former Prime Minister, Kamala Persad-Bissessar, said the war is not on the sea, it's on the land. So she sent them back and she get rid of them. But here it is open seasons now on our waters. And Lincoln is saying the boats break down. They need, oh my God, this thing is crazy. This is crazy. So I am saying we need to give the Coast Guard what they need to get, and this excuse thing, we can't deal with that. And I want to say to Ms. Dabadi, Steve kind of heard you yesterday because I listened to your program yesterday in the night, right? And I heard you were talking with her, and she was saying what the residents said and about the TNTech situation, and rightfully what you said. If y'all prefer to continue to complain and don't do anything, well, then it's a waste of time.
It is.
Right? Yes. You
sit back there, fold your arms, and everything will fall in your lap. Yeah, live that way.
Take it. I tell you, I mean, it's 3 places I dealt with, and all it took me was writing a letter. I wrote all 3. Well, American Airlines was the biggest one when it come to compensation, right? And I wasn't taking the nonsense they did. Yes, I wasn't taking it. I pay for UM service. Everything goes smooth when it gone up to the United States in Atlanta. And coming back, all you mess up? No, I write them letter and I got my due reward. So all you in Dabadi, if all you want to sit down and say, oh God, I went to do right letter, all you just stop complaining on the radio about all your plans.
All right.
Get
Thanks,
back.
Diego Martin.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Yes, in the morning.
Morning, Richard.
Good morning, Zan.
Stephen and Wendell already. Right. Well, you're in tow. Where is my husband?
He's in London.
Oh Lord, Papa, I heard it on the news.
He gone to
You
work.
follow him on Facebook?
All right, okay. Stop, listen, mind your business here. You see when you go out Ghana, I don't interfere with you. Right. Only when you come back, we just know you went there. Right.
All I ask is if you don't follow him on Facebook, you know. You'll see all where he's going on Facebook.
Listen to me. I want to say this morning. Oh God, Miss Diego Martin, I couldn't agree with you more. But Miss Samson, you just take Diego Martin from me and me for Miss Diego Martin. She didn't get used to the voices yet. Let me tell you, I couldn't agree with Miss Diego Martin anymore. Because yesterday Steve and I had a talk with that. But you know, I want to give the solution. Let the government revoke that naturalization of Yasina Gonzalez and send her back to Venezuela because she will stay here and fight them just now. It's like how she fighting them from
You know,
here.
we live in a democracy, right? I find a lot of only have very Putin-like qualities, eh?
Putin-like.
Yeah, but we live in a democracy, yeah, and
that is our problem. We want an Ayatollah here for 1 year. We're too bloody democratic. That's why everybody
Richard,
walk all over.
You know,
All
this
right.
is only a certain gender have a problem with them Venezuela. Yeah, when your man call it and say, send back all them Venezuela.
No, the men don't call it and say that. But you know, the Yesenia Gonzalez, of course, is a Trinidadian and Tobagoan for all intents and purposes now. She's been here so long. And I'm sure she's probably a citizen. I mean, I don't know what her actual credentials are. But she's probably a citizen. She's probably a citizen at this point. But she's entitled to advocate for whatever she sees is unjust from her perspective.
Yeah.
And we have to live in a society where we can have discourse on those issues. And rather than, you know, making statements by send her back and things like that, you know, we are in a democracy. We're not all going to agree on certain things, and certainly the issue of migrants coming out of Venezuela is a topic that will crop up from time to time, you know, and people are going to be on either side of the divide with regard to it. Some are going to be more advocate-like about their rights as humans and their right to be here and their right, you know, to survive, and others are going to be more, you know.
All right, let's grab this call there, Rich.
You know, you're going to have those points of views.
Good morning.
You let my honey speak because he making so much sense. This is the only time I will wait patiently till my breath of fresh air finishes.
Good morning, Mrs. R.
Good morning, darling. As I was dressing for work here, I said, let me just call in and, you know, just let them know that I'm still most locked on. So, you know, keep arm's length. But, you know, good morning, Steve. Morning, Steve. Good morning, my darling Steve. Good morning, my lovely family. Morning, Wendell family. Good morning, my piano family.
Morning, Chrissy. How are you?
I am good. I'm just locked on listening here to all the views as I dress for work now and start off my commute to Port of Spain. So,
you could easily pass for Venezuelan.
Nah, man, that is a mixture right now. Oh God! But you know, funny enough, you know, I actually love Spanish and I'm quite good at it. You know, everybody says, "¿Dónde aprendí el idioma de español?" Because I can speak it well, huh?
Yeah.
You're not gonna keep me back any longer, so I'm sending all my love to the three of y'all, hugs and kisses.
All right. Let me grab one more call before. All right. Good morning. Final call. Oops, it is. All right, that's it. All right, gentlemen, this is where we're going to wrap it up. I do have Beauty Culture. Good morning. She says, good morning. Let me read it from here. Easier for me. It's either our Coast Guard security forces turning their heads, and Miss Yesenia needs to get down from there. Oh, God.
She just gets a little political sometimes. That's
Yeah.
all.
All right, Beauty Culture. Thank you so much. All right, guys, we'll wrap it up. I'm going to replay Dr. Sawyer Fat's interview from last week. So,
all right.
Kiss our choice.
All right, so have a fantastic day wherever you are across this beautiful planet. Remember to smile and laugh. It's great for your health.
All right, folks, have a wonderful day. Remember to let go and let God. Bye-bye.
All right, gentlemen, have a good one. Talk to you all tomorrow. Let's get into 8 o'clock news brief.